Ision. Well, welcome to Wednesday. Who is Wiccan Wednesday? And I'm feeling the magic power flow today. Oh my gosh, who we got all in chat today? Let's see who all's with us. Oh, there's oops, I can't see, my chat's freezing. Queen Colabobs is here. Yay, that's our moderator. Welcome, Queen Colabobs. Thank you for your help tonight. We got Warriors of the Goddess here. It's Joey. Hey, Joe, good to see you. There's Kim Osborne is here. Oh my gosh, we got wonderful people gathering tonight. Well, I am so glad you guys are here. Well, you know, the notice, I don't know if it went out to everybody, but we're trying to get everybody in here tonight. It's Joey from class, Queen Colba. Is that Joey from class? I think it's him. Warriors of the Goddess. Is that Joe from class? Yay, Kim Osborne's here. Yay. Lost connection. It says I'm still broadcasting. Hey, Caden Sowers here. Good to see you, Caden. Welcome. All right, Colabobs, it is Joey from class. Gingy is here. Hey, good to see you. Stephanie Busby's here. Yay. Oh my gosh, we got such wonderful people. This is so wonderful to have all of you here. And there's Magical Foxes here. You know, wonderful. So many wonderful people gathering. You know, where else would Psychic Bob be on a Wednesday than with his tubies, right? You know. As Lord Ision, I'm the head of the Order of the Purple Cord. And, you know, Wiccan Wednesday, we gather and we talk about magical things. So if you're new here and you haven't been here before, welcome. Identify yourself. Tell us it's your first time here. We'd love to hear from you and welcome you to the show tonight, you know. Joey, what do you mean you've been censored? You're here. I can see you, so I don't think you're censored. YouTube may be censoring my feed from sending out announcements, though. Yay, Kristen, Caden Sauer says, I'm so glad I finally caught the show. I missed you. Well, welcome. We missed you too, and I'm glad you're here. Isn't that wonderful? Yay, is Gingy. How you feeling today, Queen? Queen Colabobs and I both had a challenging day. But you know what? We're here, and we don't worry about anything the world throws at us. You know, it's been a rough day. All of us have had little challenges, I think. You know, and I'm just glad we're all together. Maybe we should start tonight with just a little meditation to align our energies. Would you guys like that? Maybe we'll just do a little prayer, a little invocation. You know, we'll just invoke the powers that be, okay? Everybody feel like doing that? Yes, we do stick together, Queen Colabobs. That's wonderful. Yes, Caden, I remember you. Magical Fox says, I'm drinking 7-Up pomegranate flavor. Well, that's interesting. I never had that. Something new. Yay. Well, welcome, guys. I'm just glad you're here. Kim Osborne agrees. So you want to do just a little prayer? Well, let's do a little invocation here, shall we? Because, you know, we all witches here, you know. And witches believe in the power of the gods. So I want you guys to get comfortable. And we're going to just relax. Take your hands off your keyboards just for a minute. We're just all going to center ourselves because I think we've all had a little bit of a hectic day. All right. All right, so let's get comfortable. Let's just start by closing our eyes. Just let's follow our breathing, just gently in and out. As you breathe in, I want you to visualize you're breathing in beautiful golden light that's just restoring your body. And as you breathe out, I want you to breathe out toxic black smoke. It's like all the negativity of the day. Just release it. Just blow that out. Breathe in golden light. Breathe out negativity. Just follow that breathing for just a few minutes, okay? Very good. We're just going to center ourselves. It's been a long day for everybody. Very good. You know, this type of meditative breathing is very healing, and it will help you if you do it every day. Breathe in light. Breathe out toxicity, negativity, fear, anger. Let all that go. Just breathe it out. It's like black smoke coming out of your mouth. Breathe it out. Let it blow it away. Just take a minute and just sit with me in this rhythmic breathing. Releasing tension, bringing alignment. Mother, Father, God, just follow your breathing. Great divine spirits of the Lord and the Lady, we invoke you now. Bring us all a little bit of peace in our day. Help us for where we feel overwhelmed. For those of us who are struggling just to get through the day, help us. Lord and Lady, we call on your mercies and help and love. Let us find peace in our evening. And as the evening stars rise, let us attune our mind to the power of the cosmos and the power of your divine love. Father, Mother, God, let us be in alignment with your highest good for ourselves and for our lives. And may this time of gathering here tonight restore each of us, refresh us, and bring us joy and knowledge and peace. We thank you for letting us gather this night. We invite the divine powers to infuse us. We call upon the great ancient mother, and we call upon the great horned Lord to be present this night. Heal us, restore us, rejuvenate us, and bring us peace. Thank you for this time of gathering. So mote it be. So mote it be. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and you'll be back with us. All right. Did you guys like that invocation? Wonderful. Queen Kolobob said, so mote it be. Thank you, Queen Kolobob. You know, I think in this modern day, we really have to slow down and do these sort of prayers. I mean, we need to do it every day, don't we? Really, you know. Is Gingy says, so mote it be. All right. Very nice. So tonight, I'm not going to have a long show because I'm booked up with private readings. By the way, for those of you who want to get on my schedule, I have openings starting next week. I have a few. Actually, I'm pretty full for the next month, but I will find a way to get you in. I still have some openings. Give a call to my office or visit my website, PsychicBob.com. Okay. God bless you, Caden. Thank you. Caden just donated $9.99. Thank you for your donations. He says, I want to give you this because I love you and you've helped me and so many people, so many other people, so much. XOXO, you're the best. Caden, God bless you. Thank you. I'm so touched. You know, these donations really help me because this is my full-time work. I am a full-time psychic. And all the donations really, really help me. So thank you. Thank you, Caden. God bless you. And Goddess bless you. That's so lovely. That's so lush. I agree. Kolobob says, oh, thank you, Caden. That's lush. It is very lush. So the donations help. If you guys want to donate anything tonight, a little bit goes a long way. It really does. And as many of you know, I've been behind financially the last few months because of the destruction of my property. My YouTube equipment was all destroyed and my computer was damaged. Anyways, That's all in the past, but I'm still working on buying new equipment and better lighting and cameras and all that stuff. So that the money's going towards that. Thank you. Anyways, so, as I was saying, we all want to do these prayers. And one of the great deities in the Wiccan faith is the Horned Lord. The Horned Lord. Yeah, people say, who's the Horned Lord? Isn't that Satan? Nah, it's not Satan. But a lot of the old-time Christian churches would tell the people of the pagan days that the Horned Lord was evil, that he was not God, that he was evil. And in fact, if you study the Bible, there's actually no description of Satan in the Bible, no physical description. They tell about his attributes. But what's interesting is that the early Christian church told everybody that, the Horned Lord was Satan. And that's how they tried to corrupt the religion and make people turn against it. And unfortunately, sad to say, it really worked, Thank you, Queen Cola Bobs. Queen Cola Bobs just put in chat information how to contact me for private readings. So, anyways, yes. So, the Horned Lord, he was the god of the people. The ancient pagans didn't have the concept of deity being far out in space and a million miles away. Their deities resided right amongst them, right, in the village, literally, in the countryside. And in the ancient European pagans, we're going to talk about Pan, Caden. Hold on, we'll get there. Good question. But the ancient Europeans studied the life of the animals. And when they looked at all the animals, they noticed that the most powerful animals had horns. The giant deer, they had giant antlers. The moose, that's an animal you never think about, but that's a horned animal, the moose. Those of you in Canada know about that. There are a lot of mooses in Canada. Think of the animals that that are horned. Rams, goats, deer. There's so many, I can't think of all of them. Cows, okay. The ancient Egyptians believed in a horned god and goddess, And so the Horned Lord and the horned animals have an interconnection. The ancient pagans believed that the horned god was self-sacrificing, that he gave of his body in the hunt. And the ancient pagans would oftentimes recreate the play of the hunt before they would hunt. It became kind of like a ritual. So one of the men of the community would dress up like a stag, with antlers on. And then the men would, enact the hunt, and they would kill the horned god. Not actually kill him, but they mocked his death. So they'd act like they'd stabbed him or killed him. And then the actor who played the Horned Lord, would fallen down. And then all the community would say, prayers for the horned god, because they knew that the horned god chose to give of himself for humanity. And then after that ritual, they would go on the hunt. It was kind of like a ritual to ensure a good hunt. And so this is how kind of magic started. Rituals started in many communities through the ritual of the hunt, the play of the hunt. And then it became formalized. And as the pagans went underground, they remembered that. And, then we had, today we still have the remnants of the Horned Lord. And in the Wiccan faith, many covens or groups have the high priest also represent the Horned Lord. Sometimes he will dress at festivals or even at moon rituals as the horned god. And he'll often wear a horned headdress, or sometimes I've even seen them make giant paper mache masks, like a horned god of some sort. It's really cool. In fact, I was thinking about this as, in the Order of the Purple Cord, making a giant paper mache mask of the Horned Lord that I could wear when we start doing rituals again. Wouldn't that be great? So think about that. The Horned Lord's wonderful. Now, I know that Caden and a few others are asking, what about Pan? Yes, Pan is the traditional representative of the Horned Lord. In the pagan faith, there are a few different gods that are considered Horned Lords. And in fact, well, we're going to talk about Pan in a minute, so we'll come back to him. But I'll just name off some of the pagan gods that you might want to research, okay? So there's Pan from the Greek pantheon. In the Roman pantheon, he's called Faunus, okay? There's in the British or Celtic pantheon, there's Cernunnos, who's a horned lord. He wears stag antlers. There's Herne, the hunter, is oftentimes shown with horns. The Green Man is actually a form of the horn. Yes, Queen Calva's Dionysus is often shown wearing horns. In fact, where I live, I'll have to take you. There's a museum, and the Modern National Gallery of Art has a beautiful picture of Dionysus as a little boy, and it shows him sprouting little horns. So Dionysus, Pan, Cernunnos, Herne. You know, there's so many horned lords, Faunus. You can take your pick, you know. Caden says sometimes Loki has horns. Yes, that's true. I'd forgotten that. You're absolutely right. I have seen pictures of Loki with horns. And sometimes even Thor is shown wearing a horned helmet. He doesn't actually have horns. And Odin also, the Sky Father. So horns in the ancient pagan culture represented power and leadership and authority in the hunt, you know. Oh, Queen Columbine says, this reminds me of Pan's Labyrinth. Yes, in fact, I've got some pictures to show you guys here in just a little while of different versions of the Horned Lord. And, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. I gotta drink more water, you know. So the Horned Lord comes to us in so many cultures, and even the ancient Egyptians had the Horned Lord. Even before all the Europeans, they had Isis was a horned goddess, and we're going to talk about the horned goddess in a minute. And then the horned lords of Egypt were Khnum, who was the potter. He was like an elk. He was a horned lord. They also had the ram god. What was it? Ra was oftentimes shown with horns as a ram. Okay. Hey, there's Raymond Hampton joined us. Thank you. Hey, Robert Stevens is here. Guys, we're joining us. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about the Horned Lord. So I was saying that even among the ancient Egyptians, there are horned gods. So this goes back to antiquity. And you know, I think with the modern pagan revival of Wicca and paganism, we're seeing the worship of the Horned Lord return to the earth. And I think it's wonderful, you know. And so I wanted to show you some of my horned god images. Some of them are in storage right now because I'm renovating my house. Look at this. This is my Pan. Yes, Caden, Zeus also had ram horns. You're absolutely right. So this is my god Pan. Can you see his horns on his head? Isn't he great? I love this image of Pan because he looks kind of mischievous. And Pan has kind of a trickster side to him. He loved to run through the forests. And even though he looks kind of diminutive and cute here, actually Pan had great power, you know. Queen Nicola doesn't like this statue. She said it freaks her out. I love this statue. To me, it's cute. Now notice around his feet, he's got cloven hooves. He's part goat and part human. And notice the grapes here because he's associated with grapevines. Pan and Dionysus are believed to kind of hang out together. So where one is, the other often isn't. They're both considered worthy of worship and horned lords. Pan, you'll notice he's playing his pipes, you know, his pan pipes. And these were reeds that he took from a river to make music. So many times people would say that they would walk through the river banks and hear him playing his music. And some people actually saw him, like he would visibly appear to people. Now, Pan is one of my favorite gods. And we're going to talk more about him in the coming weeks. But, you know, I wanted to show you his image. This is just one image of it. Pan has a lot of different forms. But he's just one of my beloved gods. And I think he's beautiful. Isn't he wonderful? So there's Pan. I'm going to set this down because it's very heavy and I don't want to drop it and smash it up. Now, something that's become more popular in recent times is that among people who work with fairy magic, there's also a belief that the Fae, being from the ancient pagan times, worshipped a horned lord, and they, in their own worship, carry that tradition through. I have some beautiful fairy prints here I wanted to show you that represent the horned god as well. I think all of these were done by Amy Brown. Do you guys know her? She's an artist, does beautiful fairy work. Okay, so this is one of mine, and I can't remember the name of this. Let's see if it's got the name on it. I don't see the name. I forget what this is called, but this is a limited edition. I don't think it's in print anymore. But notice this. This is a fairy, but he's dressed like the horned lord. You can see his horns here on his head. And he's carrying the crescent staff of the goddess. And so they've actually seen the Fae and seen them wearing horns like this. Now, this one looks like he has real horns, so maybe he actually is the horned god of the Fae. You know, as I always say, all the gods are one god, you know, really, and all the goddesses are one god. So whether you honor the horned god as a Fae god or a Roman or Greek god or Celtic, it doesn't matter. It's ultimately all one, but I just think he's wonderful. He's got the spiral tattoos, which are reminiscent of the Celtic culture. You'll see here, you know, and he has long hair like the Celts would wear. Now this one looks like he has wings on his back, and there's a giant owl that stands guard over him. And he's carrying the crescent staff. Isn't that just beautiful? Just one of my favorite pictures. I need to put it in a frame. I haven't framed it yet, you know. Yes, Queen Colobos, Pan is a shapeshifter at times. He can take different forms. That's absolutely true. Yeah, this Joe the Mad Dog, Joe with the Mad Dog is by Amy Brown is the artist of this. Okay. So there you go. Now, here, let me show you some other ones. Some of you said, well, is there such a thing as a horned goddess? I have to say in traditional European paganism, there hasn't really been a history of a horned goddess. But many people that work with the Fae say that there is a horned goddess as well and that she can be seen. So this is one of my pictures of the horned goddess, or among the Fae. You can see her lovely horns here. Lovely. So this is another Amy Brown. There's her wings. There's her leather arms hanging. I think Amy Brown really kept, and I just love it. Can we have a horned goddess? Why not? You know, I think in terms of the deities, the male and female, that they can reflect each other. For example, we talk about a sun god, right? But there could be a sun goddess, and in fact, in Japan, there is. So the gods can be many forms. They're unlimited, you know. So here's another image I want to show you. Now this is a fairy, but she's at a little outdoor temple to the horned god. You'll see her sitting here. It's a big stone deity behind her. And she's got horns. So this is to imply that the Fae people, the fairies, carried on the traditions of the ancient pagan faith. See, so there's a horned god there. So there you go. Isn't that something to see? That's just beautiful. You know? This is an outer limit. This one, in fact, yeah, this print I have was actually signed. It's actually got a confirmation. It was signed by the artist, and there you can. Amy Brown actually signed this. So I have an original signed copy, you know. I have to frame all these. I've had them for years, but I use them in videos, so I never frame them because they're heavy when you frame them. And here's another representation of a horned goddess. This is another Fae. Isn't she lovely? Look at her. And she's got her antlers on her head, and she's walking with her staff. Look, there's the owl, and back there's the moon rising. You see that? Amy Brown's one of my favorite artists. I just love everything she makes, you know. But these are the ones in my collection that represent the horned deities. I have more stuff that I need to collect, but, you know, I still buy stuff. I shouldn't buy anything else. I'm trying to be a minimalist. But I love my artworks, and I think art is something I like to splurge on, you know. Joeth Mad Dog says, I do graphic mystical art. Way cool. Yeah, thank you, Kinkies. It's amazing. So these are some more images. So I bring this to you because in the Wiccan faith, you know, I know a lot of people have written to me and they've said, Lord Ision, you know, I've just become a Wiccan. And they say sometimes, you know, hey, yeah, hi, welcome. Amelia Nautis is here. Thank you, Amelia. Hey, Volcanic Ice is here. Welcome. I'm so glad you joined us. Thank you for being here. Here's Luna. Welcome. Isn't that great? So many of you guys are here. Thank you for your support. So what I'm trying to say is, all right, so let me go back to what I was saying. You know, I get on 20 tangents here. So the thing is that a lot of times when people come to Wicca, one of the things that draws them is the goddess. And we all love the goddess in Wicca. But many people ignore the god because they've come out of a very bad experience with Western religion. You know, in the Western church, they've turned God in many churches. I'm not saying every church, so any Christian people here, I'm not knocking on you, because I've met some wonderful Christians and wonderful Christian pastors and Christian churches. But many of churches have turned God into this terrifying being where it's like he's watching everything you do. He's waiting to judge you. He's going to destroy you. And that's not what we teach in Wicca. We teach that the God is the God of the woodland. He is the God of the sun, that he is the consort of the goddess, that the God loves us and protects us and nourishes us. We don't have God throwing people into hell in Wicca. It just doesn't happen. It's not our path, it's not our religion. So for those of you who say, well, I don't know, but I hear you talking about the God, but I'm not so sure, I'd rather just worship the goddess. I understand that. Okay, so I'm not here to force you to worship the God. But I will say that in time, I invite you to do more in-depth exploration to the horned God and the God of the Wicca. And reconsider, if you're somebody who says, I don't want any part of God, I'm a soul goddess worshiper, I understand that. But traditional Wicca, if you want to be traditional, honors both, because in the interplay of the God and the goddess bring us all the life of the cosmos. And so to solely worship a goddess without worshiping the God is really in some ways as imbalanced as the Western way of excluding the goddess and only worshiping the God. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have, you know, preferred deities. There are some people in Wiccans and priests and priestesses who devote their lives to the God. Like Pan is their God, and they do everything for Pan. They also honor the goddess. So, you know, what I'm saying is be open to the idea that you might find a new concept of God that could be healing for you, that could allow you a new way to relate to deity, to relate to divinity. When I first joined Wicca, I was so burnt out from the Christian church that I kind of just focused on the goddess. And for me, that was healing at the time. But as I got further into the practice and the rituals, you know, many circles I would attend, they would invoke the God. And at first I'd be like, they're doing that again. But really that was the wrong view, because I was interpreting God or the God through a Christian lens perspective. And I had to let that go. And my teacher who trained me helped me to let that go and to say, maybe the God could be something new. You know, you hear a lot of people run around and say, God is love, God is love. All right, they'll say that, but then they turn around and tell you, God's going to throw you into hell because you drank liquor last night. Ugh. You know, see, this was the problem in the early pagan cultures, was that, you know, the pagans celebrated life. They believed sexuality was healthy. They believed drinking, sometimes even to excess, was okay. They celebrated life in all its fullness. And when the Christian church came in, and I'm not knocking on Christians, but this is a simple historical fact, they clamped down on all that. Couldn't drink, couldn't celebrate, weren't going to dance naked into the moonlight. You couldn't go out of Beltane and meet up with somebody and have ritual sex, you know. Couldn't do all of that. Clamp, clamp, clamp. And so we developed in the West a very repressed culture. Paganism encourages us to open ourselves up to our full humanity. Now, I'm not saying go out and be promiscuous and sleep with everybody that you meet. What I'm saying is that Wicca, and particularly the Horned Lord, invites us to reconsider a healthy sexual view of our bodies and of our life. Many times the Horned Lord is shown nude and very, how do I say it, en flagrant. Do you know what I'm saying? I have to be careful what I say on YouTube. In a state of full maleness. Let's just put it that way, okay? I think you understand what I'm saying. But his full maleness is healthy and it's wholesome. And men of the West want to embrace that sense of themselves, you know? So you walk around your house in a state of en flagrant. So what? Let the Horned Lord channel through you. Seriously. So, you know, what I'm saying is the deities of the pagan faith allow us to integrate to be whole people. We are not all intellect spirits floating on clouds. We are here on the earth. And this is one of the things that Wicca, you know, brought into my life, was a sense of being connected to the earth. You know, our bodies should be honored. You know, in fact, in the Wiccan faith, they have some covens celebrate the hierogamos, which is the ritual mating of the god and the gods. The high priest and the high priestess sometimes actually engage in intimate union during the ritual. Not generally in front of people, but after the ritual, they go to a special tent, and that energy is raised and released for all the coven, you see. So that sensual element is very much lacking in Western religion. And I think the Horned God helps us all, male and female, to come back to understanding that. So when you see Pan, you know, what does Pan do? He goes out, chases the nymphs in the woods and has joyous, riotous, relations with some of them, and they're all happy, right? I'm not saying we have to act like that. What I'm saying is the pagan god reminds us that we are real beings with real humanity, real nature, real physical selves. And I think the challenge is that Western religion has disconnected us. This is why many people, when they start studying yoga and work with Kundalini, have such an intense experience, because our lower selves, our chakras, our sexual selves have been cut off for so long, you know? So paganism, as well as the religions of the East, help us get back in touch with our true selves and our fullness of life. And so I invite you tonight to explore working with the Horned Lord, call him into your life. Do an invocation, whatever name you want to call. In fact, let's just do a little invocation. And if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. But for those of you who'd like to explore it, I invite you just to join. We're going to do a little invocation to the Horned Lord, okay? So just gather around. Let's close our eyes. Let's follow our breathing. Great God, we invoke you now as the Horned Lord. Come to those of us who wish to receive you into our world, into our lives. Come be part of our magic. Come be part of our spiritual growth. Horned Lord, make us aware of the sense of freedom that you have. Let us strike out on adventures and learn to run wild and free. Let us find healing for our humanity, our sexuality, our wholeness. Let us be integrated as people, flesh and body and spirit. Horned Lord, we ask you to guide us, to protect us, to be the other half of ourselves. As we embrace your love, the goddess, we embrace you now as well. Let us see you in the sunlight. Let us hear your panpipes in the woods. Let us see you in the stirring of the wind and the shaking of the leaves from the trees. As we go into autumn, let us see your antlers in the branches. Let us spy your creatures of the deer and the goat. Let us see evidences of you. We invite you to show us your presence and be with us in the animal and in the plant and in the ancient relics. Let us find your presence. Lead us, Horned Lord, into your journey of adventure. Let us travel with you through the forests, through the deserts, and into the sunlight. Let us know you. We ask you to bless us all here tonight, and we thank you for coming and sharing your time and presence with us. For those who are ready, we invite you. Invite the Horned Lord. I'm going to be silent, and I want you to call to your horned God. If you don't know which God you worship, just call him Horned Lord, and in time he will reveal his form to you. So I'm going to be silent. Keep your eyes closed and say, Horned God, I invite you, Horned Lord, come to me now. So I'll be silent just for a moment while we do this. Very good. Now take a deep breath and know that you've had a connection with the God, and release any fears or anxieties now. And know that you are safe under the guidance of the Horned Lord, and that in the coming days, he will present himself to you in some form because you've asked for him. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and you'll be fully back. How was that for you guys, huh? You like learning about the Horned God tonight? Joeth Mad Dog says, may the Lord and Lady be with you, so mote it be, as above, so below. You said it, so mote it be. Joeth, I can't call you tonight. I'm booked up for readings. My schedule is packed. If you want to get on my schedule, give me a call at the office this week. I'll see what I can get you on for a reading from the schedule, okay? But tonight I'm already booked till midnight. All right. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap it up because I got to get ready to go to readings now. Thank you to all of you who've been calling. By the way, just want to remind you, there's still some openings for Saturday's psychic development class. This Saturday, we're going to work on opening channeling. I'd love you to be there. It's 2 hours on Zoom, and you can register at my website. I will send out the Zoom link on Saturday morning. The class is at 12 noon Eastern, 12 till 2. And I'd love for y'all to be there. We're going to talk about channeling and opening the channel and how to receive more messages from Spirit. So I'd love you to be there. Oh, yes, Queen Colba said, talk about my jewelry. Show your panther. How do you guys like my panther brooch? This is my silver panther. I like, now that it's getting cold, I'm wearing all my cardigans, so I've decided to glam them up with some brooches and pins. I'm loving my, I love jewelry. So that's my big panther climbing up. Can you guys see that? Isn't that fun? My silver panther. And today I'm wearing a beautiful pentacle pendant. It's a golden one with rubies in it. Isn't that lovely? And then I've got on brown agate rings. Brown agate's one of the stones of the god, like God Pan. That's one of the stones to evoke him with. So I thought, because we're talking about the Horned Lord tonight, we'd use brown agate. So that's my jewelry. Y'all are always asking about my jewelry. Thank you, Volcanic Ice. I go crazy over jewelry. Now that we're getting into holiday season, I'm going to bring out all my glitzy pins for you guys. You like that? So we'll have a lot of new, I'll be wearing different jewelry and show you all my pins. I got some beautiful jeweled Christmas trees to wear and crowns and stars and all sort of fun stuff, Thank you, Miss Lisa. I'm glad you're here today. Welcome. Good to see you. Queen Cola Bob says, I never noticed, Bob's your jewelry. Yeah, she did. You have to see it all the time. Thank you, Raymond. Raymond says, cool, Daddy Bob. LOL. Thank you, Raymond. Yay. Amelia says, very special climbing panther, brown agates, silver and gold. Lovely. I'm one of these people, Amelia, I like to mix metals. I know people say you should wear all gold or all silver. And I used to be one of these people, I never mixed like different metals. But then they came out with that tri-gold. Have you seen it's like white, yellow, and rose gold in jewelry? I thought it looked cool, so I was like, I'm just going to mix up my jewelry. I just wear what inspires me. I know some people say, well, Bob, if you're wearing silver rings, you can't wear a gold pendant. Or you can't wear a gold pendant with a silver brooch. Why not? Didn't the gods make all the precious metals? Queen Colabah says she just wears gold, Volcanic Ice says, now have a mix. Variety is a spice of life. Miss Lisa says, I like different metals too. See, I'm so glad you guys like that and understand it. Amanda P says, I like silver the best. Silver is really my preferred metal, but once in a while, I just want to wear gold. So I have a few gold pieces and I wear it sometimes, Well, listen, guys, I got to go to my readings. Listen, visit my website, PsychicBob.com. You can send me you can just go register for the Psychic Development class. Or if you want to get on my schedule, you can purchase a reading there and I'll get back to you and get you on the schedule. When you purchase readings, it will not give you a calendar. I will call you. It'll notify me and I will get you on the calendar, okay? So I hope to hear from you guys. I love all of you. Thank you, Caden, for your kind donation tonight. It really means a lot. And I love all of you. Psychic Bob is with you. Lord Ision is with you. And in the coming days, we're going to talk more about the Order of the Purple Cord because in December, I do want to do a Christmas time or a Yule time tea, a gathering for people to meet and greet. We're going to do it on Zoom. And if you guys want to be part of that, just tell me in the below. I want to be at the witch's tea. So we're going to do a Yule witch's tea for the Order of the Purple Cord, meet and greet. And we'll have more stuff. We're going to expand the Order of the Purple Cord soon. We got some new groups forming and all sort of wonderful stuff. So we'll have a lot more for you guys, but I look forward to being in touch with you. Psychic Bob's got to run. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Vlog Thursday. We're going to do it tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Be here for a live vlog show. We're going to move to 7. Everybody seems to say 7's best for them. So be here 7 p.m., same time as this show tomorrow night. 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. For those of you in Europe, it'll be midnight London time, 1 a.m. Paris time. We're going to do a vlog show, and I don't know what we'll talk about. We're just going to have some fun tomorrow. All right, we'll see you then. I love you guys, and until tomorrow, may all of you always blessed be.